Residents in Ekeremor local government area of the state have sent a Save Our Soul message to the federal government as flood hits over 30 communities in the area. Many also call for help over the continuous loss of land and properties to the encroaching waters. Joseph Kunde has the details.
The ravaging effects of flood and erosion on waterway communities in Ekeremor is becoming more evident as the water levels continue to rise. Farmers are forced to harvest immature cassava and immediately process them for fear of spoilage and impending hunger. Igita Bishop from the Isampo community is among the farmers salvaging what is left of his flooded farmland as he fries his gari over the big oven.
Without big flood, we cannot harvest it now. Because of the big flood, we harvest it now because the flood have already spoiled, damaged our farms. So we have no way to survive.
In communities like Isampo, Alebiri, and Ayamasa, some residents have resorted to the use of local canoes to get to their houses, now surrounded by the flood water. The community leaders call for help and support for the suffering natives.
During this period of the year, that life is so unbearable because economic activities are stranded, children cannot go to school. Erosion is the most serious problem in this community. 15 to 20 kilometers of the land have been eroded away over the years. So we are calling government to come and do some soil protection jobs in this community.
Situation appears more worrisome in communities like Furutugbene, Tamugbene, and Angalowegbene, with many residential buildings and schools flooded, forcing some natives to sleep on makeshift structures on top of the rushing water. They call for immediate intervention by the government as they raise alarm over the shortage of food and other necessities.
Every year, flood must enter this community. And there is no way now, so we went to the bush and cut all those bamboo dam, tried to raise some places and spread our bed, then our pillow, then we slept there. We need government to make sure that this community should not suffer every year for flood again.
The local government task force, led by the caretaker vice chairman, also visits Orobiri and other seaside communities reported to have lost over 20 kilometers of land and property worth millions of naira to ocean encroachment.
Most of our youth, men and the children, they are in danger. They have been exposed because they have no permanent place to live for now. And on that note, we are crying to the government of Bayelsa State, the State House, a person of Dixon Serake. The only panacea to this problem is to clear a forest, clear up a forest so that we can relocate ourselves, and they should build up a basal houses for us now. That is our cry. That is our appeal.
I want to appeal, and as an indigenous of the community, appealing to the state government. There is island at the back of the creek. That is the only support we are requesting the government to do for us. Then, after clearing, because most of the people have been rendered homeless, it can put on structures, temporary structures, for those that doesn't have accommodation to have there as their temporary home to stay.
When you are asking something legitimate, and if it's not given to the people, they will only think otherwise. So definitely, I am sure it will not get to that point that they will be having a protest.
With over 30 communities affected in just Ekeremor, the daunting task of rescuing these eroding settlements calls for concerted efforts by government at all levels to avoid the repeat of last year's catastrophe. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Ekeremor.